Doing? Are you great? Did you have a good night's sleep? Were you caught up in the madness that was traffic yesterday? What? Especially if you're on Mombasa Road. Pole sana. But it's a brand new day. You get to just take it and own it and make it what it is that you want it to be. So karibuni sana to Full Circle with Mikali. I hope you're having a great morning. We have a power show lined up for you. Let me know where you're watching us from. 111 That is our SMS line. You can just send in your questions, be part of the conversation, send in your opinions. Yani kuwa nasi. Shilingi moja tu is what you'll be using to just send in that SMS. Switch TV KE on Instagram, Switch TV Kenya on Facebook. Now, talking about what we have lined up for you. Are you unsure of what it is that you're in with this guy? Are you in a relationship, situationship? Is it an entanglement? What are you doing? So you're going to be looking at all of that later on in the show, so stick around for that. And of course, being a Wednesday, we'll have the couple of fitness, and today we have just something extra for you. Yes, so just stick around to just find out what happens at the end of the show, because it's going to be exciting, it's going to be different, and we'll be having a conversation with a gentleman who's been on your screens, and he went ahead to just walk away from all of that and get to rise all the way to the top. So you need to find out who that is. We'll still be continuing with our conversation with DrWale Akinyemi. Apologies again about yesterday. We're still going to be looking at, your confidence, building your confidence when it comes to, letting people know who you are and what you stand for. So all of that, just for you. But first things first, let's take a look at the quote of the day. And today's quote comes from Rhonda Byrne, and it says, "You have the power to change anything because you are the one who chooses your thoughts and you're the one who feels your feelings. You create your own universe as you go along." I'm just going to read that again for you. You have the power to change anything because you are the one who chooses your thoughts and you're the one who feels your feelings. You create your own universe as you go along. And what stands out for me in this is that life does not happen out of you. Life happens from within you. So if you're waiting for other people to come say good things about you, if you do not say those things to yourself, then life won't happen from around you. And that is why this conversation with DrWale Akinyemi is so important. What does confidence mean? How do you know the boundary between you being very loud and you being arrogant and you just being confident? And I'm just looking forward to hear what he has to say about this. It is time for Advice Circle.
Hello, everybody. It's good to be with you again. And we just continue our conversation on authentic living. My last session, I talked about the fact that to live authentically, and we looked at certain case studies, you must have a very strong sense of mission. All right? Now, today, the next dimension is you must be extremely confident. But before I go on into literally showing what confidence is, let us see what the lack of confidence does to people. The lack of confidence leads to conformity. And that's a disease which makes you feel unworthy unless you look like someone else. You feel inferior because you measure yourself against others. It causes you to look down at yourself by default. All right? And that's not a good place to be. It causes people to believe the grass is greener on the other side and they refuse to plant their own grass. It causes the light-skinned person to want a dark tan. It causes the dark-skinned person to want to lighten their skin. It causes the African American to want to be African and the African to want to be African American. Look, if you're not careful, it can strip you of your very identity. So in your journey to authenticity and living your authentic life, it starts with having a confidence in yourself. Where do you start from? Number one, you are mortal. What does that mean? You are subject to mistakes. You are subject to error. You are susceptible to missing it. So as a result, you must have confidence in your ability to rise from your fall. Confidence in your ability to rise from mistakes. Have confidence in how you want to be defined. Because remember, we've established if you do not define how you want people to define you, then you cannot fault anybody for defining you the way they want. But it takes confidence to do all this. So I would say confidence is one of the most important characteristics for any human being to have. Without confidence, even if you have the best product on the face of the earth, you will not profit from it because you will be overwhelmed by the fear of rejection. What if nobody likes it? What if nobody takes it? So, and this, confidence can be the very difference between life and death. I know someone who, anytime she's in a matatu and the driver is driving recklessly, especially when she's traveling, she will shout out. Everybody will keep quiet, but she will shout out and say, "No, you don't. Don't kill us." And I keep wondering, everybody keeps quiet. I can't imagine, and will probably never know, the number of people who have died in a matatu or a car crash because they did not have the confidence to bring the driver to order. So, where do you get this confidence from? Is it a gift? Confidence can be cultivated by anyone. Anybody can be turned into a confident person if you understand some of the simple things I'm going to share with you this morning. So where does your journey start from? I said you are mortal. Remember, a broken clock, even a broken clock is correct 2 times a day. No matter how messed up you are, there is something correct about you. And that's important. You see, that clock may be broken at 8:08 in the morning. But you know what? Somebody asked you, "Hey, Wale, what's the time? Your watch is wrong." Relax. Wale, at 3 p.m. Wale, your watch is wrong. Relax. But at 8:08 or whatever in the evening, then you say, "Hey, come here. What did you say about my watch?" You understand? A broken clock is correct 2 times a day. So you need to start. The journey to confidence starts by identifying your correctness. Make a list of all the things that are great about you. Now, if you don't know it because you've been overwhelmed by attacks and failures and all that, you can ask people around you that, what's great about me? And if you're not able to do that, it's very simple. Identify or remember where your praise comes from. Everybody has a source of praise. That is, everybody has something that they do and people just praise them for it. It could be when you sing a song, it could be when you speak, it could be. Everybody has their source of praise, their magnet of praise that brings out the praise from others. You need to identify that. Once you have identified it, then you need to focus. You need to focus. And I'm going to emphasize focus. Some of the most at-risk people on earth are multi-talented people because they have so many options, they lack focus, and invariably find it difficult to shine because they are spread into so many things. It takes focus to shine. It takes people of focus to attract the focus of others. All right? Now, every great achiever focused on their one thing. When they had established themselves in that one thing, they were now able to use the influence and reputation from there to endorse and move into other spaces. Focus on your brilliance. It's a low self-esteem that makes you want to focus on who you are not. You need to, self-acceptance. Don't celebrate what you don't have above what you have. Let me tell you a story. Many, many years ago, when I first started public speaking, I would sit down. When I'm called to speak, there was a friend of mine. We started around the same time. This guy was amazing. Oh my God. He would stand on a spot. He looked so dignified, and I so wanted to be like him. He looked so, the epitome of dignity. I couldn't do it because I had attention deficit disorder. I couldn't just stand. If my mother wanted me to sleep, she just made me to sit down for 3 minutes and I will sleep. Nothing has changed. If you make me sit down for too long, I will sleep. So I'm moving around and all that. One day, I overheard my friend saying, "Man, I wish I could be like Wale. He just walks around the place and has a good time." And I thought, oh my goodness, see me. I'm spending my life trying to be like somebody who is spending his life trying to be like me. It's a mad, mad world. So identify your brilliance and focus on what you have. If you don't celebrate what you have, nobody will celebrate it for you. So begin to celebrate what you have. Then the next thing in developing your confidence, maximize your obscurity. Don't look for shortcuts because process develops confidence. When you have become successful by adhering and living by some processes, when you have become, not when you just arrived at success, when you have grown into success, the process of growth instills confidence. So, no shortcuts, very, very important. You also need to develop an appetite for knowledge. The more you know, the more confident you are. The more you know, the more confident you are. That's why I'm on my 18th book of the year right now. The more you know, the more confident you are. Then be humble. Confidence grows from a heart that is not too big to accept its own ignorance. And that's why you go after knowledge. Be very frugal about blowing your own trumpet. Let people underestimate your ability. This way, you reduce expectation for a while you build capacity inwards. The reality about your life must be exponentially greater than the perception. That means people may have heard about you, but when they come in contact with you, the reality must be so much greater than the perception they have had. Be like true wealth. You know how the nature of true wealth, you see, new money shouts, true wealth whispers. Now, somebody may ask, Wale, what's the difference between confidence and arrogance? Arrogance says, I am awesome and all of you are nothing. Confidence says, I am awesome, but my awesomeness is enhanced because all of you are awesome. Again, arrogance says, I am something, you are nothing. Confidence says, I am something. I won't deny the fact that I'm something, but I am something because all of you are something. Confidence is the state where no one needs to be weak for you to be strong. No one needs to be down for you to be up. No one needs to be small for you to be big. That is what confidence is. So I hope this has helped you, giving you some little nuggets that you can apply to develop your confidence. Follow me on Twitter at Wale Akinyemi, Instagram, Real Wale Akinyemi, and on Facebook, The Street University. Keep winning.
Isn't he brilliant? Find your brilliance. Make sure that you focus on what it is that you want to be, what it is that you want to do. Do not be fool of yourself as well. Remember, you are awesome. So it's okay for you to put that on yourself. I am awesome, but I am awesome because all of you are awesome. So there's a huge difference between you being confident in yourself and you being extremely arrogant. And it's okay to stand out, to speak out when things are not going the right way. Hope you got those nuggets as well. We're taking a very short commercial break. We will be right back. This is Full Circle with Mwikali. It's just